As we close on the end of May, one of the groups we like to celebrate and turn our attention to is foster care. Through organizations like Concern for Kids and the ARCA Baltimore, people are able to see just how incredible the impact foster care can have on a child. For Sherry Jones and her husband Donald, that began over a decade ago when they talked about wanting to start a family.
When we got David was 8. So we could still manage him a little bit. But when we got Andre, he was already 14. So Andre already had personality. He already had what he thought was his structure. He already had some things going on.
Even though they're brothers and the Joneses try to raise them to look out for each other, the boys are total opposites of personality.
They both have their own world. And, but they're both very, very sweet boys. And they just really needed someone to take care of them and just to nurture them and to show them a path in life.
That's exactly the importance of the foster care system itself, to support these children no matter what age, no matter what background.
I just think it's so important for folks to know that through no fault of their own, a lot of these kids come into care. And honestly, they have the hardest job adjusting to every new household and the new rules and new people and new way of doing things. But if you have an interest and want to help a kid and watch them succeed, it's really important to open your home up, because these kids need that stabilization, they need familiarity, and they need unconditional love. So there is a shortage of foster parents, and during the pandemic, you can go online, get the information. I'm sure all agencies are doing virtual training, Concern is, and then we'll figure out the home study process as we go. But we're all working together to help kids heal.
Sherry is a licensed treatment foster care parent, which means she is trained to deal with children and people with disabilities, mental illness, and trauma.
Well, I contacted the ARCA Baltimore, and they have a program that's set up, and there's certain requirements that you have to meet to become licensed. Like you have to get your CPR license, certifications, and they have a list of things that you have to do. So they walk you through the process. They really help you. And they're a very supportive group.
Formed in 1949, the ARCA Baltimore has made it its mission to support people with developmental disabilities to lead fulfilling lives with a sense of belonging, purpose, and meaningful relationships. They have a number of programs, services, and initiatives to help support the community, including treatment foster care, which is what Sherry is licensed for.
We truly believe it takes a village to raise a child. And that's the old African proverb that we live by. Our experience is that we're constantly looking for village people, for lack of a better word. We're looking for village people. Why it's important is because the younger generation is the next generation that will go on to create this United States, to create the country. If we're not supporting them in their growth and development, then we're losing out as a society now. So I often say, hashtag be the village. You too can be the village, which everybody has the opportunity to provide help and support in some way. It could be very small. It could be as simple as making a phone call and saying, I'd like to volunteer my time. It could be something as simple as, hey, I'd like to submit funding if you're looking for funding for a particular event that you want to do. It is really, we are in need of parents who parent teenagers, parents who are willing to parent teenagers. We have probably about 60% of the youth that come into foster care are teenagers. So looking to be a mentor to youth. There is the biggest need, the biggest reason why I feel like it's important for us to share what it is and who it is that we are, is that you never know how the smallest thing that you do impacts a life for the rest of their lives.
If their story sparked an interest in foster care for you, you can find more information on our website, wmar2news.com.